Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. Just got done with a trading day here on Wednesday. You can see I'm back in the green today, up about $38 or so. Sitting right at 73.51 and some change. Market performed very well this morning, up almost $75 at one point. Lost some gains later in the afternoon and kind of jumped around there a bit as well before market close. But overall, not a lot of major market moves. A lot of volatility, however. Of note, my portfolio came back quite nicely here, up about 4% or so, representing about a $45 gain there. But overall, I'm still down on this biotech company. As you remember, this is part of a speculative play I had made surrounding an FDA decision. That as well as this Pfizer here. This unfortunately has not performed well. Negative 8.27% return, $153 down. It's holding on to play this long, but I don't know. I think I might try to get rid of this here shortly. I think I've held on to this a little bit too long. I think I made one of the cardinal rule mistakes of new investing. Don't hold on to a loser. That's kind of what I'm doing here. I should have jumped out of this when it was about 35 or so. Went in at about 37. Should have jumped out at 35. Would have saved myself some money. But nevertheless, here we are. So overall, yeah, I kind of alluded to that. The market's been quite volatile. And kind of looking through some of the news stories out there. Apparently there's an index that tracks market volatility. CBOE Volatility Index, VIX. And essentially this is a measure of market expectations. It kind of tries to figure out what the near-term volatility in the S&P 500 is. And apparently it's considered by many to be one of the world's premier barometers of investors' sentiment and market volatility. So it kind of gives you an idea what the investment community is thinking. And apparently this is at a recent high since June of last year. So it kind of gauges market fear. So I think there's going to be a lot of market moves here. I think the market's just going to become a little bit more volatile than it has. I think at least I've been somewhat spoiled here since opening this Robinhood account. The market's been fairly benign. Haven't been a lot of market moves, save last Friday when the Fed started coming out with these announcements regarding the interest rate. And then another one on Monday kind of countering what they said on Friday. So I think that, as well as what markets perceive as overvalued stocks right now. The stocks are at all-time highs with regards to forward-moving PE ratios and a lot of other complex variables that, as a new investor, I'm not quite up to speed on. But nevertheless, a lot of market volatility. A lot of people think stocks are overvalued, overpriced at the moment, based on a number of different metrics. And for myself here, I may try to get out of this bond fund down here. I don't have a lot of free capital right now. I have some money kind of set aside for buying an electric car. It's kind of a different topic, but I have a lot of money in this bond fund here. It's somewhat of a safer investment. It's a bond fund as opposed to individual bond, which has some implications with regards to long-term price. If this was an individual bond with rising interest rates, I think I'd probably get out of that right now. Interest rates rising, that would not be a great play. But as one of my viewers pointed out, this is a bond fund, so it behaves in a much more complex fashion. Much more complex than I really understand at the moment. It's an ETF. So it has more to do with market variability. The price has to do more with market variability than just rising interest rates on their own. So, yeah, having said all that, I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this. I kind of want to get out of this. This is sort of a fixed investment income strategy. I was doing this dividend capturing strategy, but I don't think that's going to be a viable play. I took a little bit of fun with that, but I think I'm going to abandon that strategy. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting today. Made a few dollars back. Overall, didn't really put any money into the market. I don't have a lot of liquid capital right now to invest. Next week, I think some capital will be freed up for me to start buying and selling again. But what I may do is get out of that bond fund. That'll free up about $3,300 worth of capital that I can start going in and buying some stocks. I think stocks are overall pretty cheap right now, or cheaper anyway. I think they're still quite expensive based on what I've been reading, but this may be a time to get out of that bond fund, have a little bit of fun, and buy some more stocks and positions I already have here. I think long-term, high dividend yielding securities is going to be the way, or at least the strategy that I think I would feel most comfortable with. Not sure that's going to be the best return on money, but being a new investor here, I think that'll be kind of a compromise between, playing it very safe with bond funds and fixed income, and playing it very risky with moves like this, with trying to time the market and play different biotech companies and swing and day trade. I don't think I want to quite do that at this point. So that might be a compromise between the two, getting high yield bond funds, adding to my positions, buying some other ones out there that you guys have suggested. Wells Fargo comes to mind. A user suggested that. I think I agree with the sentiment on that. I may jump in. That might be a great stock to buy at a cheaper price. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. As always, I'm having a lot of fun doing these videos. If you like my content here, go ahead and subscribe, leave a thumbs up. Been really enjoying the discussions I've had, both within the comment section as well as personal messages to my account. So either way, been having fun with that. So overall, made a little bit of money back today. Still a little bit indecisive about what I want to do with my bond fund there. We'll get some more capital into the account next week, maybe even later this week, and then I may add to my positions in high dividend yielding securities. So it's kind of where I'm at. Let me know again if there's anything you want me to talk about, any different strategies that you guys have, how your portfolios are doing. As I said, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.